Well, my father was a sandhog, and it was something I grew up around. I feel like I understood about unions and shifting and all that kind of thing very young. And I have always thought of it as an interesting job, maybe because I had a good imagination. I pictured my dad going down into the tunnels, and they're very deep. They're much further down than subway tunnels, and that was scary to me as a kid. There'd be occasional PBS specials on being a sandhog, and they were terrifying. And we would watch as a family because my dad would want to see if he knew anyone, and maybe not realizing that the content would be terrifying for young daughters. But I've always been interested in it. I think also because it's very much a man's world. There are no female sandhogs. Maybe if there's one or two, I have no idea. And that was interesting to me as well. And so I really just, being a fiction writer, you have to be a good listener. And I listened all the time. And I was able to use everything I'd pictured throughout my whole life in this book. I did go down into a tunnel once. My dad, I think he told the guy who was, I forget what they're called, the walking boss, that I was writing a paper for college or something like that. And I hadn't really explained to my dad fully why I wanted to go down there and take a look. But he did sort of escort me down. He was retired at that point, and he got to see people he hadn't seen in a long time, and I got the insider's tour of a water tunnel, which was as terrifying as I thought it would be. But I was also glad to see there is, I don't want to romanticize it, it's a difficult job, but there's camaraderie there that I noticed, and there is pride in their work, and I was glad to see that. Sometimes it's easy to forget. Maybe it's because a visitor had come to see what they were doing, but it can be, I imagine, a depressing job. But when somebody comes and asks questions about it, I think that it's a reminder that this is important and dangerous work. So